Well, this flap unfolded just hours after China sparked panic by suspending poultry imports from a Tyson food plant in Springdale, Arkansas, where more than 400 workers tested positive for the coronavirus. Adding fuel to the trade fire, China has now temporarily suspended salmon imports, while simultaneously threatening U.S. imports due to the new outbreak in Beijing, where a COVID cluster was initially connected to a local fish market that imported from Europe. So they banned European imports of salmon at the moment, but are we next? Here in a Fox Business exclusive, we've got the man who has more than 40 years experience selling seafood and is appointed as a trade advisor to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Tom Kehoe. Tom, what do you make, number one, of Peter Navarro's comments, and then weave in this situation that we're now seeing where China is piecemeal deciding where they're going to ban? They have every right to if they're concerned, but to ban food from different countries.
Well, hold that thought for a second. On the heels of Mr. Navarro's remarks, Larry Kudlow came out and said the deal's alive. So, you have two different. Okay, so look, China has every right to, but we think China has been acting irresponsibly here. There is no scientific or medical proof that COVID can hitchhike a ride on a salmon, on any sort of food product. The chicken world is reeling over this. The salmon world worldwide, which is primarily Scandinavia and Chile, they're all very upset about it. And and my sources in the administration, was on some calls yesterday. I think we chatted a little bit about it. They're trying to develop a very measured response. But on one of Fox's shows a couple of days ago, General Jack Keane said he thought that China was, bumping elbows with everybody right now in retaliation for the fact that the whole free world, led by us, is cracking their knuckles like a little kid in school because you didn't tell us what was going on with this coronavirus when it first broke out. So it's but this is China's MO. The conflict in India, what they're doing in Hong Kong, they're flying jets over Taiwan. They're developing these islands in the South China Sea that were just, coral atolls. They're turning them into stopovers for their aircraft and their navy. So look, can the United States and China coexist in the world in the 21st century? Absolutely. Can we do it without going to war? Absolutely. They're never going to adopt our values, and we're not going to adopt theirs. We're two diametrically opposed political systems. However, we can coexist. We can do business together, and I think we have to.
Let me keep on the salmon issue.
Go ahead.
You just said that it's not really proven that COVID can hitch a ride on a salmon, but they basically said that they had genetically traced it to European salmon and they had scraped it off chopping boards. COVID was found on chopping boards. So you as a fish guy, tell me, because people are now thinking, well, wait a minute, what's next? Is it shrimp? What do we know? And by the way, Dr. Fauci has testified extensively about the fact that we're still in the middle of the first wave, and that happened just about a couple of hours ago.
It's impossible to hitch a ride on a salmon. And if you go into any restaurant in the United States now, there will be a separate chopping board for poultry because they have found out that there's certain bacteria on the skin of poultry that can be contagious to other foods. So now poultry is processed separately in every American restaurant. There's no way, there's been no scientific or medical evidence that salmon or any other fish for that matter can be the reason or the host for a COVID virus. It's impossible.
Okay.
And China's got to be careful
Tom,
on how
phase one. I want to jump on phase. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I want to jump on phase one of the trade deal that was struck in January. The Chinese promised to buy an additional $200 billion worth of U.S. goods and agriculture over the next 2 years. Again, in addition to what they had been buying. How much have they bought? They had a little clause in there where they said if something really awful happens, all bets are off. But something really awful has happened.
This is a force majeure. They've got American insurance companies that are not paying either. So, I mean, that's, but will they buy? And I think I said this on your show one of the last times I was with you. China needs us. They can't feed their people. I think you remember I said that, and that was your byline when you did a little review of the show. China can't feed its people. We are still the breadbasket of the world. We produce more high-quality, sophisticated food than anybody else in the world. our farmers can feed the world. They can feed us, and they can feed China. And China knows that. And it annoys the you-know-what out of Xi. But look, this is what the world that we're in. China did not upgrade its farming in the 20th century. And now the young Chinese have all migrated to the cities. Shanghai just continues to grow by leaps and bounds, and they don't want to, the younger Chinese don't want to be farmers. So they've got to buy their food somewhere. They buy from Brazil, they buy from us. I think they just delisted a German meat processing plant last week as well. So China's got to be careful how they play this game with the world and food. There's the seafood world is all talking to one another. My contacts talked this morning with people in Norway, and they got emails back from Chile. Yeah. Those governments are crafting a response, and the United States government is crafting a response. It'll be a measured response. But it'll be scientifically and medically based.
Yep, I think that's what the president was thinking when he struck that deal. They need us very, Absolutely. Very significantly. Tom, great to see you. Tom Kehoe, a trade advisor to the administration. Great to see you. Thank you so much.